Once upon a time, there was a man named Robbie who had a channel called AFTV. One day, we wanted to get him on PL predictions, but we couldn't come to an agreement. The emotional kid that I am, I told my viewers live on stream, I was gutted.
First YouTuber to come back to me and say, I won't do it unless you pay me.
When I saw that now, I was like, what's up with this guy? Why is, number one, why is he lying?
Due to that, it started circulating on TikTok, Twitter, other social medias, until Robbie responded, and there became real beef.
I'm sorry, you.
This guy calling me a and I'm like, bro, you don't even know me. I was angry about it.
Until finally, me and Robbie met up in person at the Content Creators Awards and we spoke it out and put the nonsense to bed. Today, I'm going to walk into his offices and sit down with him for the first time since the drama for Premier League predictions. Bring it! We are sat down here in the Arsenal Fan TV studios. Mate, it's a pleasure to see you.
I thought you come to fight me, man.
Honestly.
The fight is on.
Do you know what?
It's on.
I haven't actually got any boxing gloves on me, but after everything that we've been through, I mean, we're finally sitting down here. I never thought this moment
I've
would
got some
happen.
gloves here.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your birthday September the 10th?
It is September.
Okay, that was 20 days ago, right?
Yeah.
I've got a little present for you for your birthday.
Okay. What's that?
You'll see, mate. Are you worried?
What's he got?
Now, I know you've got your Jamaican roots.
Yeah, I like that.
Bit of a Captain Morgan.
Hey, I like that spice one as well.
Yeah.
I like the.
Is that right?
like that's very nice of you, man. All right, so peace has finally been made.
It has been made. It was a little present. That's
There's
just a little
bit of
present.
peace.
I hope you enjoy it. And
Actually-
maybe you can enjoy it after tomorrow's result.
I'll be getting drunk off of this, posting pictures online, getting drunk after this, after the North London derby, hopefully.
Nicely onto the first game, Saturday, 12:30, is Arsenal against Tottenham.
For me, the biggest derby now in English football.
In terms of fans, there's a real charisma about that match. Both of you just absolutely hate each other with a passion.
With a passion.
And you can feel that. 192 North London derbies. Arsenal have won 79, Tottenham 61. But it feels like a different game because of how well both teams are doing. So are you confident?
The fact that we're playing at home, I'm going to be backing us. We haven't lost a game at home this season.
Yeah.
We've been playing excellent football. The last game we played against Brentford, I thought was like a almost flawless performance away from home.
Well, you started with 5 on the bounce, though, but then there was that United loss, wasn't there?
There was a United loss, which I guess people look on it and say, with Tottenham's counter-attacking football, they might be able to take advantage of us at the back. But we've got good defenders. I think we just had a bit of a lapse.
Yeah.
Hope we've learnt off of that. But I think at the Emirates, the way we've been playing, our players are fresh. Jesus, for instance, wasn't away on international duty.
This is the thing, I want to ask you about this. Why did Richarlison play for Brazil and made the team, yet Titi didn't pick Gabriel Jesus, or even Martinelli? None of them got the call up.
Daniel Levy must have gave him a call or something. For me, it's a good thing for us because we've now got 3 fresh players going into that game, and they're 3 key players.
2 weeks together. No. Jesus' first derby, North London derby, he has to come out with a statement. I think there's been 61 goal-scoring matches and he's never lost. That's a ridiculous stat. Obviously, it's because Arsenal have been so good and then City. It makes sense. Who says Tottenham will stop that? The record shows it's been since 2010 that Tottenham have won at the Emirates. That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous because Tottenham.
Okay, Antonio Conte's done a good job. Unbeaten, 5 wins and 2 draws. Only time they lost was abroad. They've got Richarlison, who did really well for Brazil. Harry Kane on good form, scored more goals in this fixture than any other player. Are you worried about that?
You know, I do respect the fact that they're a very good side, you know, and particularly up front. I think their front 3/4 is as good as anything in the Premier League. You know what I mean? They've got firepower, world class as well in Harry Kane and Son.
Are you worried about Richarlison?
I think, and Richarlison because you know I think he's a top quality player. I would have had him at Arsenal. You know what I mean? I think he is a very good. You know, you hate him. I think he's going to be the new hate figure.
He's going to wind. He's going to wind.
Yeah. But as if he gets a chance to wind us up.
This is how I see it personally. If Partey is out and doesn't play, then I think Tottenham could win. I think Tottenham could win. I know I've come here and I wanted to play devil's advocate and support Tottenham, and as much as I can, you can
do what?
You have to play the other card.
I mean, before you look at form, look around the studio and look at where you are. Look at how close you are to the ground.
I know.
Look at the people that are around it before you make a decision.
Arsenal 2-1 win. I bottled it.
But I'm going 3-1. I think we're going to be full of energy. The Emirates, the atmosphere at the Emirates this year has been unbelievable. You can't get a ticket for it anywhere. 3-1 to Arsenal.
Yeah, completely sold out. It has been for ages. This one matters more because of the league table. I think the winner of this game could determine who really pushes for that Premier League title with City. We've got 9 other games to get to. Before we do, I want to get a like tag because this video has got some history. I've already talked about in the intro everything that's gone on between us. How many are we going for?
12,000.
12. I reckon we can push that a bit higher.
All right, 15,000 then.
Let's go for it. 15,000 likes.
15,000.
Last week, game week 8, I got 3 points. Bav's got 4 points. And Thogden got an amazing 8 points. I can't believe how badly I'm doing this season. I'm going to get one of these dogs to help me this week. Oh my goodness, I reckon this is going to be a 1-1 draw.
Let's bring it on to the next match.
Yeah.
Bournemouth against Brentford. Now, since Bournemouth sacked their manager, they've looked a lot better with Gary O'Neill getting wins and draws. Brentford, consistently decent. They played you, different story. We know Thomas Frank's a good manager. Ivan Toney banging in the goals. So if you had to give a scoreline...
It's a really hard one to judge, this one, because up until when we played Brentford, they were on fire. Everyone was really bigging them up, really rating them. Bournemouth have really picked up.
They have. And
really
everyone had a go about the
yeah,
sacking of...
and they're at home.
Yeah.
I can see a draw in this game. I'm bottling it a bit, but I'm going to go for this one being a 1-1 draw.
I've gone for 1-1 as well. So, yeah.
Brentford having a reasonable season. They're in the top half of the table, but defeat by Arsenal has got to hurt. I reckon this could be a good game with goals, with twists and turns. Bournemouth 2, Brentford 2.
The next match, Crystal Palace against Chelsea. Now, Zaha's been smashing it for Palace, but they need to start getting wins. Palace can be very difficult at home. You played them first game of the season, and it was close, but you won 2-0, but they hadn't had a proper pre-season. I reckon...
Excuses, huh?
No, I'm just saying that.
Every win we had, right, it's like there was something behind. That was why that game was the first game
match.
of the season.
They decided that
That was a banana skin, and we went there and we dealt with it.
They've got players on form. Elise might be back. Eze smashing it. Zaha. We all know
Love
Patrick
Zaha.
Vieira, the Arsenal link.
Yeah.
Are you backing him
Great manager.
against the Blues?
A lot of the Chelsea players have been away. Still the new manager or in Graham Potter. I'm going for a shock in this game. You know?
Okay.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Palace win.
Palace can turn up against top 6 teams at home.
Yeah. Remember when they was playing against City, they were winning 2-0.
Who's the one to shine? Who's that player that's just going to cross?
Zaha, isn't it? Palace fans won't like me saying this, but I think he needs to move and play in the Champions League.
I think it'll be one of those low-scoring and boring. I'm sorry. I think it'll be low-scoring. Potter grinds it out, maybe an Aubameyang winner. What do you think about Alba and Chelsea, by the way? Are you a little bit...
Again, I can't hate on the situation.
You can't hate on him, but he went to Chelsea.
Do you know what it is, right? If he left and went straight to Chelsea... Then you're hey. And remember, it was us who got rid of him as well. Sometimes you've got to take your fan hat off for a minute and just say the guy's a professional. He's 33, he can get a move to Chelsea, Champions League, chance of winning things. You can't begrudge him with that. But he will score goals.
He will score goals.
As long as you don't score none against us. You know, I'd like him to score a lot of goals, but Chelsea still not to make the top 4. That'd be perfect.
Palace averaging a point a game, but it's been a little bit underwhelming, and the same term could apply to Chelsea, but they've got a new manager in Graham Potter. Imagine the reception he's going to get here. I'm going to go for Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 2.
Fulham versus Newcastle at Craven Cottage.
Another hard one.
It's a difficult one. The Geordies will want to start picking up points. They've got an easier-ish run, but they drew to Bournemouth last week. Fulham are looking good, but they're without their midfielder, the Portuguese man, Palhinha, who's held it down with Reed.
Really well.
They're playing...
That's a big miss.
Who do you back in this game? Because on paper, Newcastle are probably a better squad, but it's at Craven Cottage.
I can see another draw in this game. I'll tell you, when we played Fulham, I was quite impressed with them. Very well organised. I think their manager's a good manager in Silva. And up front, Mitrovic is one of the best strikers at the moment in this league.
Yeah.
He's a handful. And at home, but then Newcastle, same thing. I was so impressed with them when we went there last year. They're good. They are a good side.
Eddie Howe needs a win.
I'm going to sit on the fence with this one and go for a 1-1 draw.
I've gone for a 2-2 draw. Now, Fulham fans will be screaming at the camera saying, we never draw games. We either win it or we don't. I'm sitting on the fence because I think it could go either way.
Let me revise my opinion. I'm going to go for a Fulham win then. I'm going to go Fulham, 1-0 Fulham.
Fulham have been the surprise package of the season. That man Mitrovic has been amazing. Palhinha, what a wonder goal he got. We know Newcastle, they're the team who's had too many draws this season. I reckon this will be a good one. Fulham 2, Newcastle United 2.
Next match, we're going over to Anfield, currently 8th in the league, not where they belong really. They will definitely recover that. Will it start here? Liverpool against Brighton. Yes. Brighton with a new manager, De Zerbi, Italian. Do you back him?
Listen, it's Anfield, man. Brighton are not going to Anfield to win. That's going to be about 3-0.
3-0 Liverpool?
Yeah.
Are you worried about Liverpool? Do you think they'll finish above Arsenal this season?
That's a possibility. They're a good side. I mean, I know they've got off to a very shaky start, but it's Liverpool, man. They're quality. They're a quality side. We've got them next week, actually.
Okay, big game that.
They are a quality side. Brighton under Graham Potter. I don't know a lot about this new manager. I know he's got a good pedigree.
He was at Shakhtar, obviously lost his job because of the situation. Did well at Sassuolo before.
Yep,
he had a few
great
years
season
there.
last year, didn't they? One thing I say about Brighton is that with those owners, I'm sure they would have planned for the fact that Graham Potter one day was going to go.
Luis Diaz as well has smashed it, and they've got options now.
Luis Diaz is quality. I rate him.
I know. I'm going 3-0. You're going 3-0.
3-0.
Let's go to Thogdad.
Brighton have been amazing, but they've lost their manager. Best defence in the league. How's this going to go? I reckon a home win. Liverpool 2-1.
Southampton against Everton now. Robbie, who you backing? You've got to respect how Lampard has turned around this season and made Alex Iwobi a number 8 in the midfield, and he's just smashing it.
Iwobi's been brilliant. You know what I mean? I remember when he was at Arsenal that there was a couple of suggestions that he could play in that position as well. He's a very talented player, but he's really excelled. I met his dad a few times. Lovely guy.
Okay.
Right? I remember one time he grabbed me round the neck at Bournemouth.
I've always wanted to do that.
He goes, you lot keep having a go at my son on AFTV. I go, no, listen, we like him, man. However, I've got a sneaky feeling in this game at Southampton.
At home.
They're a weird team, right?
They are.
At home, they're strong. They've
Away.
always got little performances they can pull out, and I think that their sort of attacking style of football, I think they could get one over Everton in this game.
Yeah, I feel as if Southampton have had a bad run, but at home, they seem to come out with the results that they need. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, just because of how strong Everton are at the moment.
Yeah.
Tarkowski at the backs gelled really nicely.
I'm going 1-0.
1-0. Okay, I'm going to go 1-1. So pretty close either way.
Yeah.
I reckon this will be low scoring. I'm going Southampton 1, Everton 1.
West Ham versus Wolves. This is the late kickoff on the Saturday, 5:30, live on TV. West Ham need a result, but so do Wolves. Bruno Lage, his job's on the line. David Moyes, he's also at favour. If they go on to lose this game, people will start to ask the question whether he's the correct manager for the job. They've got Scamacca, who's smashing it in Europe, and then he won't get stuck.
You don't play him.
And Jared Bowen's not been good. Mikel Antonio's fallen off.
Yeah.
The only player who I think has been putting in a decent enough performance is Declan Rice.
The Wolves are another team. They're good, but they've got no striker. They've got no.
Yeah.
Again, Diego Costa's not going to give them.
They've got a few options on the wing.
20 goals, is he? You know what I mean?
Podence, Pedro Neto.
Yeah, Neto.
They've got a few players.
They've got great players
They
in
do.
their team, great technicians, but they don't score enough goals. But that's why I'm going for a 1-0 to Wolves.
Okay, so they're going to sneak it from somewhere.
It's a bit of a shock again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1-0 to West Ham. We'll go different.
So see that? It could go either way.
West Ham in Europe last season, and it's gone horribly wrong. Wolves, like I said, defensively, they're as good as Arsenal or Spurs, but they just cannot score. This is going to be low scoring, to state the obvious, a 0-0 draw.
It is time for Sunday's Manchester derby. Now, we've already spoken about North London derby. Now let's speak about the game battling it out in the Northwest. Are you back in blue or you're back in red? Is it easy as that?
I'll back blue. Normally I'm red.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Man United, I'll back the blue.
Rashford back on form. Sancho smashing it. They beat Liverpool. Anthony's come in and scored on his debut against you guys. Are you worried about that? Do you not think that's a threat against City?
You can't write off Man United, but
Yeah.
then I just can't go against City right now, the way
Yeah.
they're playing. With Haaland, it's not just Haaland. Players like Cancelo, they just got threats
Everywhere. They averaged
Everywhere.
4 goals scored at home in their last 10 games. Average 4 goals.
ridiculous.
And people see 4-0 as a battering. Well, that's their average under Pep.
I know, it's ridiculous.
And it's Erling Haaland's first Manchester derby.
Yeah, and
is he going to cook?
He's going to step up for that
Yeah.
game. So you can't write off United, and I'm going to be fascinated to see Haaland versus Lisandro Martinez, for instance, and things like that.
Big lad versus small lad.
But I just cannot see anything apart from a City win. Let's not forget, Palace were winning 2-0.
Yeah.
And if United are winning 2-0,
Yeah.
I don't think... I couldn't see City coming back against a United who would be much better defence.
Eric Ten Hag, if he can win, it'll be his first Manchester derby win, and the only manager to do that was Sir Alex. So since then, no one, when they've come in and had their first derby, got a win. But it's away, and Etihad had that advantage. Their form is immaculate. I'm going to be honest. Man City 3, Manchester United 1. But I think we will see a good effort from Anthony, Rashford, Sancho. They will look good. They will have chances, and it's a step in the right direction.
I'm going to agree with you.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a 3-1 as well.
Yeah.
2-1, 3-1, but I'll go 3-1. I think
Who's going to shine?
City are going to be. I think Haaland will shine.
Just
I think
Haaland?
that this game, Cancelo, Rodri, they've got so many threats, man. Left,
Grealish.
right.
Do you like Grealish? Do you think he deserves a chance in this game?
I do like Grealish. He hasn't lived up to it yet at City.
Yeah.
But he has to be in that England starting lineup.
100%.
Would it be a shock if United got a result?
Like a little 1-0 or something.
Because they are capable of going to the Etihad and getting a result.
Usually,
they have been.
Yeah.
They've been worse. They've had a worse team, and they're more balanced than they used to be.
But Man United started the season with those 2 defeats, but have come back in style with 4 wins in a row. Anything can happen in a Manchester derby, but it takes a brave man to bet against City. So you know what? I'm going to go for City 2, United 1.
Let's move on to that later Sunday fixture. It's Leeds against Aston Villa, 2 incredible fan bases. Now, Leeds United under Jesse Marsch has had a good start to the season. Tyler Adams, Brendan Aronson have all come in. I'm excited to see more of Sinisterra as well. A lot of the old Salzburg lads have come together. And I think Jesse's the American. People want to hate on him, but he's done such a good job.
He's always getting sent off.
Always getting sent off.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But that's the passion that Leeds fans probably love. You think they'll stay up this season? Have they got enough in the tank?
Yeah, they'll stay up.
I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds, and I think this could be on road to Steven Gerrard getting sacked. When you play Leeds, who are currently down there, I think they will survive. They'll be fine. With the players that Aston Villa have, they should be performing better.
They're underperforming.
Captain John McGinn has been woeful compared to his
they're
training.
underperforming. You've got to question some of the decisions that he made, stripping Mings.
Not playing Buendia every week for me is crazy.
It's too early. I think too many managers are getting sacked too quickly sometimes. I think a guy like Gerrard, with the amount of respect he's got in the game, he deserves a bit of time.
Jacob Ramsey as well. Like, these players are falling out of form, so the question has to be
Bailey,
whether the manager is motivating them. We will
but
see
he's
that.
got to start picking it up soon.
He does.
He's got to.
I'm going Leeds 2-1. I'm backing Bamford to score late.
Jacob Ramsey got an important goal last week, but their season hasn't really kicked off. I think the difference here could be that Ellen Road faithful, the home crowd. I'm going Leeds United 2, Aston Villa 1.
Time for the final game of the weekend. And Robbie, it's been a pleasure to have you on. I've got one last present I'll show you after this prediction, okay? It's Leicester against Nottingham Forest. Leicester are in 20th. Brendan Rodgers is somehow still the manager. How is that physically possible?
I think with Brendan Rodgers, it's because of what he's done in the past.
Yeah.
A little bit of credit in the back because he won the FA Cup with them. But he's got to start winning games. I mean, that last game, they played well and they still lost 6-2. They can't defend. The defending is shocking. Nottingham Forest is a similar thing. They can't defend either. This, by the way, is a derby that's not happened for a long time.
I'm not sure if they call it rivalry, derby, whatever, but there is a fierce...
It is kind of a derby because they're not far from each other, are they?
And they're not far from each other in the Premier League table.
Yeah.
They're both on a bad run.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this is a massive statement. And
I think, Fogden, I think both managers are in problem. How do you manage bringing in like nearly 20 players? It's mad. Leicester have got to get a win sometime.
This is the one, maybe.
Could be it.
I back you as well. I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester, Patson Daka and James Maddison.
Not 2-0 because their defence is so bad.
Forest don't score that many goals.
Their defence is shocking. It's going to be 2-1.
2-1, okay.
Because I think Forest will score because Leicester's defence...
No clean sheet.
Nah, their defence. Honestly, I've watched them. When they played against us, they can't defend. I think Rodgers has to win this game. I think if he loses...
So whoever loses probably gets sacked.
This is the team who won the title 6 years ago, and they're up against Nottingham Forest, who started all right, but they've lost 4 in a row. Now, for me, this is when Leicester City start to turn round their season. They're going to win this one comfortably, 3-1.
That's it complete. Robbie, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having...
No, it's been great.
We've finally done it.
We finally did it, man.
Robbie on Game Week predictions.
15,000 likes, I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see us absolutely smash that. And because it's North London Derby, I've got one more present for you, okay?
Yeah, well, it's come beer and presents, man. I'm worried about this one now. Why is this one at the end?
No, you'll see.
This is some sort of dodgy present. I knew it. I knew it. What's that?
Idol Good Johnson.
Good Johnson. They really have had some great players over the years.
He's a legend.
You had to dig deep to get that.
Hold on. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? The year you played them in this kit?
Probably beat them. I think you need to be very careful when you come down here. I mean,
I've come
walking with those things around here is not a good look.
Very near the ground. I've come. Been at the bottom of my bag for a reason, mate. Thank you so much, mate. Good luck when you play these lads tomorrow. I'll see you.
3-1.
3-1. That's a big one. Bye bye.